I'm standing in the Newington by-election for many different reasons, but one of the most important reasons is to fight for an honest, professionally managed council which does a decent job for the people of Newington and for the people of Thanet. Because it's no exaggeration to say that Thanet Council is the most badly run council in the country. It's nothing short of a national disgrace. And I should know, because I spent 4 years on the council exposing secrecy, incompetence, cover-ups and dishonesty, almost bordering on the criminal. And I place the blame for the mismanagement of Thanet Council fairly and squarely on the shoulders of the Conservative Party, the Labour Party in particular, and more recently on UKIP. They've all had a go at running the council, and each of them has messed up big time. And by my calculation, at least £14 million of council taxpayers' money has been wasted by the Tories, by Labour, to a lesser degree by UKIP. But to be fair, most of this wasted money was Labour's fault. Because none of them are saints when it comes to incompetence and mismanagement. They've all got responsibility on this massive waste of money. And that's an unbelievable £100 for every man, woman and child in Thanet to pay for the £14 million that these so-called politicians have wasted. And here's the list of shame of some of the massive wastes of money due to the poor decision making and poor management of Labour and the Tories in particular. First of all, we've got the Trans-Europa Ferries secret fee deferral deal, which cost council taxpayers £3.4 million. Second, at least £4 million has been paid in compensation to the live animal exporters because the council unlawfully banned the trade. Third, about £5 million has been spent covering up overspends and compensation payments brought about by the incredibly massive mismanagement of the Margate Dreamland project, and I'm sure a lot more money will be coming out of the public purse to cover that project shortly. And fourth, last but not least, is at least £2 million of your money is going to be spent compensating council staff who were seriously damaged by the council's breaches of health and safety laws. This is something that's going to end up in the courts this year, I would imagine, and there's going to be eye-watering fines and legal costs probably incurred by the council as well. So I think if I really dug around, I could find a lot more than this £14 million I've added up here. But it gives you just an idea, just a taster of how incompetent and useless the Labour Party, the Tories and UKIP have been in running Thanet Council. And what makes me so angry about this disgraceful performance by these so-called politicians is how Labour in particular, but also the Tories as well and UKIP, have tried to cover up their mismanagement of the council and taxpayers' money. They've used every single trick conceivable in the book to keep their misdeeds secret. They've been holding meetings behind closed doors. They've been unnecessarily classifying documents as top secret. Council bosses who have left the council have been bribed to keep quiet about what they've been ordered to do with these golden handcuff gagging orders that top bosses often get. And I was the only elected councillor over the past 4 years on Thanet Council to speak out and blow the whistle about what I can only describe as a culture of bullying, secrecy and political corruption at its worst. And it's cost me personally £20,000 in legal fees, which I can't afford to pay, for a High Court injunction which Thanet Council took out against me, stopping me telling the truth about the Ramsgate Pleasure Armour programme. I'm sitting in my filing cabinet with two documents that really should be publicly released to demonstrate just how well the council has managed Pleasure Armour. Hopefully one day they will be. In the meantime, I've got to keep quiet, otherwise I'll be thrown into jail. So that shows you the extent that the council will go to cover its arse when it messes up, and it messes up regularly. But it's not just me. I'm not bitter and twisted. I can see the funny side of all this. You've got to laugh, otherwise you cry. But it's not bitter and twisted on my part. And it's not just me saying these things about the council, these allegations I'm making about its incompetence, its culture of secrecy, its actions verging on criminality. Because the council's own independent standards advisors brought out a report which said that the council was secretive, out of touch and bullying. That was its own independent standard advisors. And the local government association sent in inspectors into the council who said that Thanet District Council was toxic and dysfunctional. So well-qualified independent experts all agree with me that Thanet Council is a national disgrace, and that the Tories and Labour, with UKIP to a lesser degree, having a massive responsibility for all of this. And that's one of the reasons why I'm standing for the council in Newington Ward, to fight the corruption, the incompetence, the money wasting, the secrecy, and to hold people to account when things go wrong. It's been nothing but cover-up and secrecy, and I want to carry on as I did before in holding people to account. It's your money, it's your council, and it should be run efficiently and effectively in your interest, not for the interests of these so-called politicians or the top bosses. And I also want to fight for a more democratic way of running Thanet Council, with less party politicking and more openness and honesty. So that's one of the reasons why I'm standing for election in Newington Ward. I'll do a few more videos between now and the election explaining the other reasons why I'm standing. And you can find out more about what I've got to say about Thanet politics if you Google Ian Driver Green, and then you can check out my blog site where hopefully there's some quite entertaining posts about Thanet politics. So thank you for listening. And on Thursday, the 21st of January, vote Ian Driver and Andy Jefferson for the Green Party. We're the people who are going to make things happen and hold the Town Council and the District Council to account in your interest. Thank you.